Hello, you're watching ERi-TV. Welcome to English News Broadcast. These are the top stories. 51 patients diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tests carried out today. Prayer service held in memory of Eritrean martyrs. The global COVID-19 case and death toll continue to rise. And U.S. Special Envoy for North Korea arrives in Seoul to discuss North Korea. The local news. We have an announcement from the Ministry of Health. 51 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tests carried out today at quarantine centers in the central, Ansaba and Gashbaka regions. Out of this, 42 patients are from quarantine centers in the Asmara Central region. 6 patients are from quarantine center in Karen Ansaba region. 3 patients are from quarantine center in Adibara Gashbaka region. On the other hand, 39 patients who will be receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the central, 36 and Gashbaka 3 regions have fully recovered and have been discharged from these facilities. The total number of recovered patients to date has accordingly risen to 4,782, while the number of deaths stands at 19. And the total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in the country to date has increased to 5,336. Ministry of Health, Asmara, June 19, 2021. Prayer services in memory of the fallen heroes who paid their precious lives in the struggle for independence and to safeguard the national sovereignty was held today at St. Michael's Church and in Al-Khalifa Al-Rashidi Mosque here in the capital. The prayer service was conducted in the morning hours at St. Michael's Church in the presence of His Holiness Abuna Kerlos, the 5th Patriarch of the Eritrean Orthodox Tewahedo Church, members of the Holy Synod, religious leaders, and others. Speaking at the prayer service, His Holiness Abuna Kerlos said the Eritrean independence that has been realized through heavy sacrifice of their sons and daughters has deep meaning and reminded the faithful to assist families of martyrs to foster mutual cooperation and strong unity and back up the national development program. Likewise, the prayer service conducted at the Al-Khalifa Al-Rashidi Mosque was led by acting Mufti Sheikh Salim Ibrahim Al-Mukhtar. At the event, Sheikh Ibrahim said that preparations for the election of Eritrean Mufti are being finalized. Popular campaigns in connection with June 20 Martyrs' Day have been conducted in all regions of the country. According to reports, the popular campaigns included planting tree seedlings, digging holes for planting tree seedlings, watering the already planted trees, as well as sanitation activities. According to Mr. Solomon Tawalda, chairman of the Ex-Fighters Cooperative Association, over 43 ex-fighters cooperative associations across the country organized popular campaigns, a renewed pledge to live up to martyrs' expectations. Related news, students and staff members of the Orita College of Health Sciences conducted sanitation activity at the premises of the college, and members of the National Union of Eritrean Women in the Central Region conducted sanitation activity at the Asmara Martyrs Cemetery. Staff members of the Hagas Subzone, members of the police, as well as members of the Ex-Fighters Cooperative Association and the Subzone also conducted sanitation activity at the Martyrs Cemetery and Cemetery Park. At the same vein, the Ministry of Labor and Social Welfare Branch and the Hagas Subzone reported that over 1.1 million nakva has been dispersed to 952 families of martyrs in the past 6 months alone. The National Union of Eritrean Women branch in Italy conducted virtual 6-month activity assessment meeting on June 15. According to reports, the meeting was attended by executive members of branch from the cities of Geneva, Milano, Brescia, Parma, Bologna, Pisa, Pistoia, Roma, Napoli, Teramo, Pascari, Catania, Firenze, and Palermo. In a report she presented, Ms. Nagasti Tsagai, chairperson of the union branch, commended the contribution the members have made, including to the effort to curb the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic and call for reinforced participation in the national development drives. Mr. Fasahatian Petros, Eritrean ambassador to Italy, and Mr. Girmay Habte Mikhail, head of public and community affairs, also sent messages of solidarity. The participants expressed conviction to strengthen participation and contribution in the national affairs. Now, international news is next after a short break. Welcome back. The total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases globally surpassed 178 million today, with a death toll exceeding 3.8 million. And the number of recovered patients has exceeded 163 million, this according to World Meters. A third wave of coronavirus infections is likely to hit India by October, and although it will be better controlled than the latest outbreak, the pandemic will remain a public health threat for at least another year. This is according to medical media experts. Uganda is tightening its COVID-19 lockdown measures to try and stem a surge in infections in the Eastern African country that is seeing a range of variants. The measures announced by President Yoweri Museveni include a ban on private and public transportation within and across districts, including the capital, Kampala. Only vehicles carrying cargo and those transporting the sick or essential workers are permitted to operate. Uganda is among some African countries seeing a dramatic rise in the number of infections amid a vaccine shortage. U.S. Special Representative for North Korea Sung Kim arrived at Incheon International Airport today on his first visit to South Korea since taking up the role last month. Kim is scheduled to hold talks with South Korean and Japanese counterparts on Monday and meet other Seoul officials during his 5-day stay until Wednesday. North Korea's state news agency KCNA reported that its leader Kim Jong-un said the country should prepare for both dialogue and confrontation with the United States, particularly confrontation, and his first direct comment on the administration of the U.S. President Joe Biden. Last month, Pyongyang lashed out at the United States and South Korea in statements that Washington's comments on its North Korean policy were proof of a hostile approach that required a corresponding response from Pyongyang. Heavy rains caused the Solimões River and the eastern Brazilian Amazon to overflow, flooding houses, fields, cattle, and washing out roads. The flooding that has displaced more than 32,000 people and left at least 12 villages underwater without electricity and running water. Heavy rains in the Amazon are causing the Solimões River to reach record levels. Brazilian civil defense confirmed the water level reached a record level of 18.8 meters last week. Farmers are worried about the forecast of more rains in the coming month. In the rural municipality of Manacupuru in Amazonian state, locals have had to build a new system of steep footpath to allow residents to move among the flooded streets. And a reminder of the top stories. 51 patients diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today. Prayer services held in memory of Eritrean martyrs. The global COVID-19 case and death toll continue to rise. And a special U.S. envoy for North Korea arrives in Seoul to discuss North Korea. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.